Okay, now let us talk about this mini series that I saw on Netflix by chance. And I'm talking about The Myth, right? Now, this is from 2017, right? And it's just one season, and it is based on a book by Stephen King, and that book is from the 1980s. Now, when I saw this mini series, I almost passed out because it is showing you what the 3 days of darkness would be like, right? It is showing you, and it is very, very scary when I saw this thing just playing out in front of me. This thing is happening. We're gonna get the 3 days of darkness, and they keep showing you in different TV series in different ways. And you need to understand that because you cannot see these entities, you cannot hear them, you cannot smell them, it doesn't mean they don't exist, right? Now, the question that I've been discussing with the team is, when is this going to happen? Because they clearly show you in this series that this myth is there to feed, right? Because a part in the series, they show a train bringing what looks like prisoners, and they just throw them in the fog so that this entity could consume them, right? And that is what this entity is all about. This 3 days of darkness, it is an entity or entities, and they are coming to consume humanity, right? Now, you need to understand that the best place for you to be is indoors, and one thing that you need to have is crystals. You need to have crystals along your window sills, along your doorways, and you need to be wearing the crystals as well, because when they cannot come inside, they are going to work hard to get indoors, right? Because yes, they will get the few people on the outside, but the whole idea is for them to come and feed, right? Now, we are discussing when. Many team is discussing when will this most likely happen. Will it happen before the nuclear bomb, before World War III, before the pandemic? That is a question that we're asking. No, over here we feel that it will happen before the bomb, because if the nuclear war comes around World War III, then there won't be a lot of living souls left, and the whole idea is for this entity to come on and consume us, right? So we're saying before World War III, before the nuclear bombs drop, we have a strange feeling that this 3 days of darkness will happen, right? And we're saying that it will most likely happen during a lockdown, right? They will just lock this entire globe down with another pandemic, because let's face it, we're going to go into another lockdown. Whether you want to believe it or not, we're heading into another global lockdown. And we believe that during this global lockdown, right, we're going to be getting the 3 days of darkness, right? Now, you can watch this series on Netflix because it gives a glimpse as to what will happen, right? And an important part in there is when the phones stop working, when the myths, this fog take over. The motor vehicles, some of them stop working also, right? Very keen for you to pay attention to this series, because it gives a glimpse as to what is about to happen. Now, I've dealt with entities that comes in the form of smoke, fog, or clouds, right? And I definitely know that crystal works against them. So when we have the 3 days of darkness, you need to have crystals on your bodies and crystals in your homes, because these entities are intelligent. They are intelligent beings, and they are not stupid. And if they see where they are not getting enough bodies on the outside, then they're gonna start to play tricks on your mind, sending frequency for you to open the door, right? So you need to have crystals, and this is where religion is very dangerous, and that is how a lot of you is gonna die really painful. Because all over in religion they tell you crystal is part of their cult, even though it is in the Bible, because Aaron's breastplate is made of different crystals. But what the Bible did not explain is what these crystals are used for. Now, I did a video explaining based on my personal experience, right? These crystals, they work on these entities, the lower entities, and to the very top. You need to have crystals, right? And go check this movie out, this miniseries out, because it is showing you how things are going to play out during the 3 days of darkness, how this cloud, this myth, this fog is going to operate, right? And it comes on in slowly, so they will see and know it is coming on in. And we do believe it will happen during one of these global lockdown, right? So people, things are happening really fast, and not until you are face to face with the evil, then you will understand what really is going on. In the end, there will be weeping and moaning and gnashing of teeth, right? But it won't be on Judgment Day alone. But when a lot of you come face to face with these entities and you realize that all along crystals were placed here by the Most High to help us, to protect us, and you have your pastors and religious leaders telling you they are tools of their cult, you should not have them. You will need your crystals during the 3 days of darkness, right? And this mini-series is showing you. And another thing that a lot of you need to understand, do not play any hero. You're going to find your families, you're going to search for this one, you're going to search for that one. You can't maneuver yourself in this evil that is coming, these 3 days of darkness. Anywhere you are, you have to stay there, right? I don't know. I really don't know what else to do, because it doesn't seem as if this message is getting through to a lot of people for them to make preparation. And a lot of you gonna end up feeling this the hard way. No, with everything, nature always chooses those it wants to survive. Because in this mini-series, we see the entity refusing a particular character but decide to kill the young child. So with everything, every disaster, nature always chooses their own, right? And I don't think you need to take that chance during the 3 days of darkness. You need to be prepared, and frequency is what they're going to use. So you're not going to be safe inside your homes as well, because they are going to realize that a whole bunch of you is inside. So they're going to be shooting frequency in these buildings. So you need to get your crystals, right? And these portals are opening all around. They are getting themselves in place and they are getting ready, right? I don't know what else to do. All I can tell you is to seek the face of the Most High while you can, because you're gonna need him. Let us pray and say glory be to the Most High.